Clicker Heroes is a game all about buying and upgrading heroes to fight random idle monsters so that you can gain gold with which you can buy even more heroes and upgrade them even further. You can activate abilities to make it easier to fight monsters, as well as gain more gold. If you kill a specific number of monsters in each zone, you get access to new zones and gain even more gold from more powerful monsters. Every 5 zones there will be a boss that you have to kill in a specific time limit in order to be able to advance. Clicking starts out as being pretty much the only thing you can do in the game, with having your first hero that increases your click damage by just having him, by having him upgraded, and also by buying his upgrades. Afterwards, each and every hero you buy actually just deals damage by himself, so clicking will have no effect on them. However, a lot of heroes will actually have upgrades that increase your clicking damage. Now, as the game progresses, your clicking damage will actually get weaker and more unimportant, really. However, there will be actually a lot of abilities that'll somehow make clicking a lot more powerful, and in the very late game, click combos will actually be one of the most powerful things in the game. But the thing is, because of your very first ability that just clicks for you, if you get to that late game, you still don't have to click yourself, really, if you don't want to. You can just rely on skills and abilities to do it for you. It's also worth mentioning that it's possible to score a critical click, though you start out with a critical click chance of 0%, and it gets upgraded by some heroes' abilities, as well as some actual skills. Getting a specific hero to a specific level and then buying a specific upgrade will allow you to use special skills. These skills can be used independently and all have their own specific cooldown. These skills can be used to just have more clicks, be more powerful clicks, and all that sort of stuff, even getting more gold. And in general, skills are a really nice way to just have something to do while you're playing the game, to play the game more efficiently and get more out of your game. There's also special combos that I'll talk about later that will make you get a lot of like damage and even gold out of the game. When you're just starting the game, the best way to increase your damage is to just buy new heroes and upgrade them. However, when you actually want to get further into the game, what you usually want to do is just pick one hero, which will be Tree Beast for a long time, and just repeatedly upgrade him, because any 25 levels, his power will be quadrupled, which scales really nicely. After that, one of the great things to improve your power is to just have a hero gilded. And all of that can be done without resetting the game, but if you want to do some really serious damage, then you'll just have to reset, or ascending as it's called, at some point, which will increase your power by a lot, especially since you can then use those hero souls in conjunction with ancients. The very first time you encounter a boss every 5 levels, there's a chance for him to be primal, which sadly I don't have any footage of right now, but he'll be sparkling and it'll tell you that it'll be a primal boss. Whenever you kill a primal boss, you will gain primal hero souls. Now these hero souls can't be used right away. In order to actually be able to use these hero souls, you need to do something that's called an Ascension, or just a reset. Now, Amenhotep's reset, which is somewhere along around halfway through all the heroes, you'll be able to do an Ascension. It'll tell you about all the stuff you get, all the hero souls. You'll keep rubies and ancients, as well as your guilds. Now you'll be thrown back to level 1, and you'll have to start from there. You'll only have your very first adventurer to go with, and you just click around a bit. And basically, you're just starting the game from new at this point again. However, you will have access to all your hero souls, and every hero soul you have will increase the damage you do by just having it. But also, and more importantly, hero souls can be used to summon and upgrade ancients. One of the most important ways to increase your power is by using something called ancients. Now if you have some hero souls left over, you can summon a new ancient. well, I can't do it right now because I already have all of them, but you'll be greeted with a selection of 4 random ancients that you can select one from. Now, we can also select re-roll this selection of ancients, but it costs souls, and it costs more souls the more ancients you already have. Also, whenever you buy an ancient, the next ancient will also cost more souls. So keep that in mind. Now, each ancient does a variety of different things. For example, there's an ancient that just makes skills more powerful, that makes critical clicks more powerful, extends boss fight timers, even down to just gold drops, to more primal hero souls, and so on. So you can basically, after some time, you'll be able to just get a lot of these, if not all of them, like I have. But there will be some that, especially in the early game, you really want to focus on, and I'll be talking about these a little bit later. After level 100, for each 10 new stages that you beat, you'll be granted a guild for a random hero. Keep in mind that this counter is not reset on Ascensions, meaning that in order to get new guilds you have to beat new stages that you have never beaten before. If a character has at least one guild, he'll get a golden frame as well as a different picture, and he'll deal bonus damage depending on how many guilds he has. In order to manipulate which hero gets a guild, what you can do is you can control-click on a specific hero that you want to take a guild away from, and it'll give another random hero a guild. If you want to give a specific hero a guild, you can shift-click on him and he'll take guilds away from other heroes, but this will take more hero souls. Keep in mind that you can buy more guilds using rubies, and that guilds stay active throughout Ascensions. Rubies are a way to buy special boosts and advantages. These boosts and advantages are, for example, just refreshing cooldowns and getting more gold, getting random gilded heroes, or more hero souls. In order to get rubies, what you have to do is you have to click one of these orange objects that randomly appear on the screen and hang around until you click it, which gives you gold as well as having a chance to drop a ruby, and sometimes, very rarely, even drops 2 rubies. Right there, I didn't get any single ruby. Now, if you have too much actual money, you can also just buy rubies if you want to. Anywhere between zone level 99 and 2/3 of whatever your highest zone ever was, you have a chance of finding a relic ooze, which when defeated will drop a random relic. Now these relics basically just make you more powerful, and the way they make you more powerful is the same way that ancients do. They have pretty much the same effects on them that ancients would have on them. Now you can always have only have 4 of these active at the same time, and whatever's left over just gets salvaged for forge cores, which right now don't actually have any use in the game, but they're supposed to have a use at some point later in the game. Now, the powers on these items are dependent on the rarity of the item as well as the level of the item. It is also possible, instead of a monster to spawn, for a treasure chest to spawn. This treasure chest will give a lot more gold than a regular monster and should be abused using special skills or even ancients in order to get a lot of money off them. Also, if you want to go AFK without having to worry about actually progressing in zones, there's a special button you can press, which is on the side of the screen. That'll make it so as soon as you're done with your current zone, it actually makes you go to the next zone. Which is really nice, so you can just go AFK, and if you're powerful enough, you'll just keep going on to the next zone. The game also features an achievement system where everything that happens in the game is recorded with stats, and then these stats sometimes give you some achievements. For example, killing certain monsters, killing many of them, reaching certain zones, reaching certain damage, all that stuff. And each of them gives you bonus percentage damage. The clan system is a recently introduced system where you choose your own nickname and then either join an already existing clan, which you can do by either searching for the name or joining one at random, or you can create your own clan for 50 rubies. Once you have a clan, you can take a look at the members, you can assign clan master to someone else if you are the clan master. You can write some messages, you can accept new people to join the clan, but most importantly you can partake in something called raids. Now each raid there'll be an immortal, And in order to kill that immortal, you have to only use your clicks. And your click damage depends on how many souls you've gotten from defeating primals since you've joined the guild. Now, we're gonna try and get the new one down. And as your guild defeats more immortals, the new immortals are gonna be tougher. Now, since this system is rather new, I'm not quite 100% sure on how everything works. But it seems like every time you beat a new Titan level, then basically the current highest Titan level will be saved. And if the timer runs out, as it's about to do right now, then the next time you fight, which you can only do the next day, you'll then have to start again with the most powerful immortal that you could not kill. If you've got any more specific information on that, leave a comment below. Now, in order to play the game more efficiently, then one of the ancients you should look out for is this one, which reduces skill cooldowns and should be maxed immediately, so you can do one of the, or all of the combos with skills that will be explained a little bit later in this video. Then another one you should look out for is this one, which reduces hero hiring and level up cost, which is pretty cool in the long run. Then also someone to look out for are these two, which for one just makes you get more primal bosses and makes those primal bosses drop more hero souls, which is really nice to just get a lot of souls. And afterwards, if you want to focus on actually dealing some damage and getting a lot of gold, then what you should look out for is getting this one, which makes you deal insane damage once you haven't clicked the monster or any skill in the last 60 seconds, as well as this one, which makes you gain a lot more gold if you've also not clicked anything for the last 60 seconds, and this one right here, which also just makes you get more money. Then there's also a really nice combo to look out for, which is using this one right here, makes it so you gain more gold from treasure chests. Then one down here, which makes it so you just have more treasure chests. Then another one, which makes you get more gold from golden clicks. And the last one, and the most important one, which makes it so that when treasure chests are alive currently, and you have golden clicks activated, then they'll have a lot more health. Which means that even if you have a lot of damage, which you will have later on in the game, and a treasure chest comes up, then together with golden clicks, which makes you gain money for each click you do, based on how much money that specific monster gives, just all in all you get a lot of money with a treasure chest coming up and golden clicks. For your actual abilities, the best combo you can do is energizing Dark Ritual and then using Reload, after which you do not use any single ability for 15 minutes and wait for your energize and reload to be ready again. Then you simply energize your reload, which will make the cooldown on Dark Ritual go away, and then you pretty much just wait another 15 minutes, during which you can use all the other skills if you want to, and then repeat the whole process. This will give you somewhere around 10% maximum permanent damage each time you do it in about an hour. Like each time you do it, actually it's about 20% because you can do it twice per hour. And the other one is, if you want just some quick and simple damage without having to do anything specific, just energize Clickstorm and then use every single skill apart from Dark Ritual and Reload. And that's probably the best thing you can do for that. If you don't have Reload, just do it like that. Now, if you want to take a look at where you should pump your levels into and what you want to guild, first off, if you're just starting the game, just play through everything normally, just put as much level into them until they get the upgrades, and then just go through until you reach Frostleaf. And after giving the last upgrade to Frostleaf, what you want to do is you want to pump all your levels and guilds into Tree Beast and just make him as powerful as possible. And you basically want to do this every single game, even though it might take a while the very first time you do it, because he does cost quite a lot at some point. You want to do this and keep resetting, get more hero souls until you've reached level 4100 on Tree Beast. At that point he'll not really get that much more powerful anymore, which means that you actually do want to focus on some of the later heroes. For example, I picked Lilin, but you can pretty much pick any one of these. Just pick one, pump all your levels and guilds into that one, and you'll be fine. Now for the actual verdict. Clicker Heroes is probably one of the greatest idle games out there right now. It has a lot of different things to do, a lot of diversity, quite a bit of depth. You can play around with it a lot, you can do certain random stuff, you can try out different strategies, you can pump a lot of time into it, come back later, do more stuff. There's random stuff for you to do while you're playing, and it doesn't actually slow down that much the longer you play. And also, even without putting any money into it, you can still make use of some of the things that would usually cost money. So all in all, it's a pretty great game, and the fact that it is on Steam is a nice little bonus. Now, if you want to check this game out for yourself, or maybe if you already are, then you know where it is. It's either on Congregate, which there will be a link to it in the description of the video, and you can also find the game, as mentioned before, on Steam. And there's also going to be a link to the Steam store page below. Also keep in mind that this, even when it's on Steam, it's still free to play. You don't have to pay anything. You can just go to the store page, download it, and then just play it. So that has been it for the very first episode of Let's Talk Idle, a review of, this time, Clicker Heroes. See you guys next time when I'll be reviewing a different type of game. What it might be, maybe Adventure Capitalist or something like that. So, see you guys next time.